Oh, hey, morning. Oh, John, Southern West Virginia, Twist the World News. Got my little sidekick back here. Yeah, he's, when I'll use Fox's thing and see how they say it. Fair and unafraid. Hey, I let the literals and socials on the platform with me. It's, in summer, yeah, snowman, sun, beach, goes well together. Okay, all right. Uh, the squad in Washington D.C. The squad, the two Muslims, the black woman, and AOC. God. And they got, so help me, the Democratic Party has opened up the doors to in the past. They've opened up the doors to a few little smelly turd particles to come through. Now they're dealing with a whole friggin' sewer, man. It's wild. It is wild. It is literally wild. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. I mean, I laugh about it, but it shouldn't. I shouldn't. I don't guess, but because it's pitiful. They listen. The House, Nancy Pelosi, head of the House, they tried to have a vote on anti-Semitism, to stop anti-Semitism, to stop the racial comics and stuff on the floor and things that people couldn't run their mouth on others because of color or race or this whatever, and they couldn't pass it. They could not pass it. You think of that. Hey, these are your these are the people that that are don't want to pass laws on you and your family. They don't even know where the boundaries of racial hatred start and stop. They're so screwy in their minds. They couldn't get a vote together. They just stop anti-Semitism. People, I've told you, liberalism is a lie. Liberalism carries the seed of chaos and anarchy. It carries it. It's in the friggin', it's in it. It's in it. Adam and Eve eat of the apple. We call it apple. We don't know if it was an apple, but we call it an apple. They ate of the apple in the garden. Had no friggin' idea what was going to take place when the knowledge of right and wrong popped into their minds. Had no friggin' idea how their world was going to change. You know what happened? They went from the peace of the garden to the chaos and anarchy of having to strive to survive. Had no friggin' idea, man, how their world was going to change. They end up one son murdering the other one. The one that was murdered, he was the one that was actually trying to do something honorable to honor God with. That used the honesty of his hands and his words and his mouth. He used honor, and he offered up an offering to God of the fruit of his hands. The one that was actually the decent one. The one that was actually the one that should carry the promise of a good seed. Was murdered by a pervert, was jealous. Look at the Democratic Party today. It's literally pitiful, people. You could look at the Democratic Party today and you can see the seed of Cain in them. I mean, a rage against the knowledge of right and wrong. a rage against the very essence of peace. It's pitiful. It's literally pitiful. You see the seed of Cain in them. I've told you, people, I've told you. It's no longer politics. Don't let them pull this friggin' BS blanket over your eyes. It's not. It is not politics anymore. It's not. The Democratic Party, listen, Barack Obama, back in 2016, he said, I may not be running for office, but he said, my policies are still on the table. Barack Obama, he's anti-just, he's anti-moral. He was just about as anti-Christ and whatever else you could think of. His own half-brother said Barack's whole life was a lie. Barack Obama's not in office. President Trump has turned around almost everything Obama done. There's still one thing that pisses me about it. Why did they not trash Obamacare? They kept it. My question is this. What is left on the table of Obamacare? Obamacare was dangerous. It was dangerous to society. What did they leave? What did they leave? It's dangerous to society. They want to erase. It could be Democrats, it could be Republicans too. Okay? They want to erase the very essence of the knowledge of right and wrong. They want to erase the ability for justice to function. They don't have a choice. A lot of those people are in trouble. They have broken their oaths of office. They've lied to you. Listen, people, ain't no friggin', I don't care who they are, what to tell you. If they lie to you to get something out of you, they're pissing on you. Okay? Someone that can't be honest is pissing on you. You might as well face it. They're pissing on you. Barack Obama lied to you. Hillary lied to you. Democratic Party's lied to you. CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, New York Times, Washington Post, they've just friggin' lied to you. They pissed on you. Now, some of you don't like it, but I can't help it. You're going to have to face the truth, or your family, your bloodline going to curse you one day. Why did you turn this loose on us? Why did you turn these perverts loose on us? They want to erase the very essence of the knowledge of right and wrong. They want to jerk the tree of knowledge out of the garden. God planted the tree. Oh, you mean if we take it out, we have to take God out too? And I'm not talking little G-O-D, little G-O-D, little G-O-D. I'm talking capital G-O-D. All this other stuff is trash, okay? There's only one God. He's got capital G, capital O, capital D. He had a representative come to the earth. Jesus, the one true Christ. They want to eradicate the knowledge. They want to remove it. They want to erase it. The knowledge of right and wrong. They want to be able to manipulate the boundaries of truth and honor to suit them. Barack Obama is not in office, but believe me, people, believe me, his policies are stronger today than they were when he was in office. They lived through the Democratic Party. They lived through liberals. They lived through socialism. They lived through perversions and the perverts that carry them. Those 4 squad senators and representatives, they're proof of that. They are proof of that, people. The trash of the Islamic socialist mind of Barack Hussein Obama lives in them. It lives in them. Nancy Pelosi, she told him, "You need to make me speaker. I'm the strongest one here you got for to be speaker of the House." She don't have control of the House. They're manipulating her big time. Her daughter, oh, I forget her name. But anyway, her daughter said, my mommy can cut your head off and you won't even know it. And those friggin' 4 freshmen are manipulating the whole House. The House of Representatives of the United States of America is in chaos. It's in chaos. Liberal socialist thinking has moved it into chaos. It's a shithole. It's a shithole. It's pitiful. It's literally pitiful. Couldn't even pass a vote on anti-Semitism to stop the outrageous claims of hateful. The black woman says they ain't no 3 or 4 ways to be black or brown. There's only one way. You got to think like me or you ain't right. Friggin' a black person, basically a nigger, saying if you ain't a nigger just like me, you ain't a nigger. There's good black people out there, man. There's some awesome black people. Ben Carlson. I'm thinking what's his name? I can't think of his name. The football player that was made it in the movies. He just come out here the other day, or he's come out several times, I guess, and said I will never disrespect the flag or my country. Jim Brown. And you got others, man. You got Herman Cain, and he's a bunch of them. Condoleezza Rice, and oh man, he's a bunch of good black people. But look what the Congress has got. They got a nigger. They got a woman up there saying there's only one way you can be brown. And you got people who lick the poop right out the cack of her butt. You got these Muslim women, and they cutting down Israel. They're cutting down everything in the world. There's no the one that wears the glasses. I can't think of their names. Got a mouth that you don't. I think about her mouth. I used to have a neighbor when he was little. I mean, he had a mouth, and out here and go around the house, man. He'd be cursing his mommy, his grandma, his grandpa, his sister. He'd curse everything around. I mean, he could stand up to the best of them, and that's what she reminded me of, is him being as young as he was and a mouth like that. He probably got as much intelligence as she does, or did. He got killed on the job. I think the first job he ever got was he went into logging, helped logging, got a job on the logging crew. And I think a tree fell on him. He was 19, maybe 18, 19, 20 years old. Sad, but but he was growing up, and he's starting to get his head together a little better than what he was when a kid. But anyway, his little 6-year-old mind, it functioned about like that Muslim woman that's got the glasses on it, but part of the squad. That's what people like that remind me of. That just keep throwing this vulgar stuff out. That just I use it for an explanation. I don't use it because it's this or that. I use like shithole. I use it for an explanation, people. Try to paint you a picture, a diagram of what is actually taking place, or what will take place. If you remove the essence of the knowledge of right and wrong, that is what you got left. You got sewer. You got sewer. You got every damnable, contemptible, infectious thing you can imagine with a voice that cannot be smothered out. You got chaos and anarchy. That's what you have. That's what people support. I got people make comments about my posts and stuff because they have no friggin' idea what I'm talking about. They have no idea what I'm saying because their mind is so far out in left field. I don't care who's in office. I don't care if it's Republican, Democrat, Independent. I don't care. It could be a friggin' frog for all I care, as long as it will serve the knowledge of right and wrong, that justice can actually function. I wouldn't care if it's a frog. If it worked. If it worked. What these people are showing everything, people. What's going on in the Democratic Party now? You want to know what tomorrow's going to be like? Hey, go in there and take you a big crap in the commode and flush it and just watch it. That's tomorrow. That's what tomorrow will be like if they get in power and stay there. Just flush that commode and watch it swirl and watch them old logs and yellow water and everything. That's what tomorrow will be. It'll be chaos and anarchy. It'll be nothing but stench, shame, disgrace, infection. The hearts and minds of people will perish. They'll perish in a hellish nightmare of madness and pain and tears. That's what you'll have. Why do we flush a commode? Why do we flush it? We flush it to get rid of it. Because we know we can't keep it in our home. We flush it to get rid of it. We flush it to get rid of it. Here, Nancy Pelosi, they can't pass a vote on the floor against anti-Semitism. And now Nancy Pelosi is saying, well, I think we need to push for a prosecution on Trump on racism. He told those women, he said, if you don't love this place, you can leave. Go back to where you came from. Go back to where the people will kiss on you and love on you, and because of the perversions that you live in, they are willing to live in also. They are your people. Do that. Go back to them. That's what he was saying. Go back to them. They love your policy. They love your thinking. They love your mouth. They love the way you shoot your mouth off in ignorance. They love it because they live there. They will love you. Go back to them. That's what he was saying. Nancy Pelosi won't call the hand of them running their hateful anti-Semitic mouths, but yes, she says, Trump was racist. That was racist. That was hard. That was wrong. We ought to seek prosecution. That was wrong. Let me tell you something. You got people in Washington, D.C. right now. It would serve all of society on the face of the earth if those people were lined up and shot. It would serve all of society on the earth if they be lined up and shot. You know, if you noticed, I don't say that about a lot of these leaders and governments around the world. They are what they are. They are what they are. The people don't like it, they have to raise up and shut them down. They have to raise up and shut them down. That's their responsibility as the people that land. They have to be the ones to overpower that. We will step in at times when they get cruel and harsh against their own people, and they try to destroy their own people with gas and all kinds of freaking garbage. We'll step in and try to protect the people, stop them, get them off the backs of the people. But it's up to the people. If those perversions in power are not shut down, it's up to them. If we take on the role, we go over and take over, then we become a dictator. We don't take over. We try to just set it up and give the country back to the people, to a government that actually functions for the people and not for ideas and opinion. Look what we've done with Iraq. Went over there, lost I don't know how many lives. I don't know how many billions of dollars we spent over there. And then try to get in and build a nation back, give the people back their nation, and put a government in place that would function for the people. It's hard to do. If the people won't do what is right, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. Why? Because the knowledge of the one true big G, big O, big D is not in place. It's hard to do. The people's minds follow the trash that has been fed to them. A lot of them, you listen, people, not everybody, not every, I'll say so-called Muslim in the world wants to be at war. Some of them, I don't believe in what they believe, but some of them, I give them credit. They're smart enough to know, God, man, I don't want my family fighting. I don't want my family being shot at. I don't want my family out there murdering. I don't want my family, my bloodline out there doing. I want my family to live in peace. We have Muslims in America today that want that. They want their families in peace. Not everything that claims Muslim is actually ugly. I mean, I don't like their doctrine. I don't like their God. They respect me if they want. I won't. But they can. But they're not all stupid. They're not all stupid. Some are. Some are pitifully stupid. That garbage going over in the head of Iran right now, I mean, come on, people. War-bound idiots. War-bound idiots. Not all Muslims are stupid. Some of them are. And not all black people are niggers. Some of them are. Not all white people are honkies or white niggers. Some of them are. And it's the same way with red and brown, whatever. There's some people, they want peace. They want to live in peace. They want to know that justice is actually going to function. If an issue comes up in their life, they want to know that justice will actually resolve it. That there's not a false justice, a manipulated justice, a curved justice that's going to come up there and play games with it. That shift around and play games with words and stuff. That's what Congress is doing right now. It's not justice. Those people are not serving justice. They're not serving justice. Our forefathers, they said, in a land of freedom and liberty and justice for all. Justice is not always what seems to be fair in the minds of the pervert, okay? The pervert, they're little by little remove that knowledge of right and wrong. So their idea or thinking of just or fair it's been manipulated. It has been disrupted. Their thinking has been twisted to the point that justice or fairness has to move in their favor. That is not justice, and it's not just. It's not even fair. It's wrong. It is wrong. That's what Twisted World News is. That's what I'm all about. That's what I am all about. That's what all my videos, my typing, everything I do. That's what I do. I don't give a piss about politics. But I know for a fact, if you don't have the knowledge of right and wrong, you cannot have justice. If you don't have a true working justice, it is impossible to have freedom and liberty. Literally impossible. Impossible. People thinking that freedom and liberty is right to look, smell, and act any way you want to. Hey, you want to look, smell, and act the way you want? Pull your friggin' clothes off. Go out there and hit the brush, baby, and just knock yourself out. Don't expect decent people to smell you. Don't expect decent people to look at you. You know, you know, I'm going to throw this out. Some of you like it, some won't. Bikers. A biker, not all, but they've been painted as, in the general rule, that they got this false pride thing going on. I mean, you know, that hey, I'm this and that, and I've got a good loud machine, I can screw everything around, I can do this and they're just mindset. There's a mindset in a lot of bikers. Not all bikers are bad. I know bikers that ride the bikes and stuff, and they're preachers, they're good people. I mean, honest people, just enjoying that little 2-wheel machine or 3-wheel machine, man. Just out there enjoying just driving through the breeze, man. Good people. But you've got some, so help me, they got this sewer line that's just continually pumped through their minds. I mean, it's continually going through their minds. If they don't have, if they not drunk or buzzed or horny and whatever else, they're not a true biker. I mean, it's just, they do there's a lot of good things being done by bikers, you know, upholding some things and you know, backing a president that actually loves our country and I like it when these church people that come out here crying and all this stuff about I forget what the name of them are. You don't hear too much from them anymore, you know, but bikers gathered around who's a police officer's funeral or a Marine funeral or something, soldier's funeral, and they bikers come in there and they cut them off. Say, man, you stay out here. You ain't coming over here and bringing that stuff into this funeral. You gonna honor this person or you ain't staying here. And I give them, thank you. I give them a hand for that. As long as they're standing up for something honest and peaceful, then I can support them. But yeah, there's things in somebody's mind that, so help me, you just, whew, it's pitiful. Life is not about pushing yourself to the limits, to the point that you think you can manipulate set boundaries. You can manipulate set rules or regulations that protect life. If you go past that, you're putting yourself at risk, and hopefully it's you and not everybody else you're putting at risk. Right and wrong is not an opinion. God established right and wrong in the earth. Period. Justice is not an opinion. Justice is the effect of the knowledge of right and wrong being upheld. That is justice. Freedom and liberty is not an opinion that passes with the fads or with the ideas. Freedom and liberty is the right, a privilege of the people that respect the very essence, the knowledge of right and wrong. They are the people that are supposed to be enjoying freedom and liberty. Not the pervert, not the liar, the cheat, the rapist, the murderer, the thief. They're not supposed to be enjoying the freedom and liberty. That's supposed to be for those people that respect the boundaries, the knowledge. It's sad, people. It's literally sad. The things that are going on. It's literally pitiful. And you got people that they'll see my video. There's people out there, when I share it, they'll see my video and they'll come back with me some kind of stupid, ignorant rot. Why? Why? Because they refuse the knowledge of right and wrong. They want to let the madness, the chaos, the anarchy have its way. They want to keep the seed. They want to keep the idea that they are a god, that they are their own master, they are their own this and that. The seed of chaos and anarchy live in that. See, that's what Satan fed Eve and Adam. You will be as smart as God. You will be able to make up your own mind. You may this, that. You may even know how to please God. But see, he fed them a lie. God had already told him, do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Satan didn't tell him, if you eat of it, you're going to be held accountable for what you know. He didn't tell him that. People today want to remove the knowledge of right and wrong. Not because it's the right, just, honest thing to do, but because the knowledge of right and wrong is what puts the boundaries that justice serves in their lives. If they can remove the knowledge of right and wrong, they can manipulate justice. They're perverts. They're perverts. Today, the Democratic Party in Washington, D.C. is a lie. It's a perversion. It is a literal perversion. A perversion. That's what Twist the World News is about, people. It's getting us back to a basis to where our lives are moral and decent. That perverts, Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton, Elijah Cummings' wife, and the names are coming up, popping up right and left now. You know, I've told you and others have told you. It's bigger than you think. It's bigger than you think. Why? Why? Listen, I had a conversation with a man back, it's probably been 6-8 years ago now, maybe longer, I don't know. He was talking about Bill Clinton. You know, he was Democrat. You know, I'm a conservative. Whether it's Democrat, Republican, I don't care. I'm a conservative. He talked about Bill Clinton. We got talking about Bill Clinton. And but Bill Clinton got us how they did. I told the man, I said, you know, the only thing Bill Clinton actually done, Bill Clinton told the nation that you can lie to the people and get by with it. Bill Clinton set the precedence of the Democratic Party when he lied about his relationship with Monica Lewinsky. He set the precedence of the Democratic Party. You can lie to the people, to the system, and get by with it. Now you look at what the Democratic Party has done. One lie after another. One deception after another. One little smelly, curvy maneuver after another. Just goes on and on and on. And now look at them. Look at them. Now the Democratic Party is anti-American. It's anti-moral. It's anti-God. It's anti-just. It's anti-decent. It's anti-respect. It's pitiful. The Democratic Party right now is in chaos and anarchy. I've told you. Wherein there is envy and strife, there is every evil work. That's Bible. Now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to follow your same course, your same thought pattern for the last 30 years? Oh, my grandma and grandpa was a Democrat. My daddy and my mama was a Democrat. I'll be a Democrat the day I die. Don't you dare try to change me. Don't you dare. Oh, my mama and my dad was Republican. My grandma and grandpa Republicans. My aunts and uncles Republicans. They this, they that. I'll be a Republican. I was here to stay. I'm here to stay. Hey, idiot, you better get your head out your rear end. Your family and bloodline will have to pay for your ignorance. I hope you smarten up. You better find out what the knowledge of right and wrong is, and you better start pushing it. You better get behind it. And you tell your leadership, listen, we're tired of the trash. We want truth and honor to bring justice back to our nation. Well, that's my little rant for the day. My little 2 cents. But if you'll get back and look at my little 2 cents, you'll find it's actually worth listening to. You'll find it is actually worth hearing. Have a good one.